Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and you're tuned in to Madden 18 on EA Sports. Today's matchup features a team that can really move the ball. The Falcons are top 10 in first downs, and they'll be up against a Panthers team that wants to be able to control the pace.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Carolina Panthers and the Atlanta Falcons. That'll be taken in the end zone. And fights through one man. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
Let's get a sack lunch.
Here we go. Let's round.
47 is the mic.
On 1st and 10, Morse. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. They've got his man complete. And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard at the 36.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
Going left side here, and it's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 18 yards there, down to the 18 and a first down. And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone.
Flex round. Let's go. Grand 38. Grand 38.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. His throw caught at about the 5. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. They'll look to run with Freeman. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Falcons take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Now a first down throw for Newton. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. He's got him in. Complete. And all the way down to the 29. A big play there for the Panthers. And even 50 yards. Fresh set of downs here. Shift together here from the D-line.
Set. 180.
I can't believe they let you play.
Wake up.
I can't believe they even let you play.
On 1st and 10, Newton. That's Samuel, caught left side. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Come on. Check. Here we go. Do something.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
From the red zone now, Newton. Blitz coming, and down he goes. I know some of the talk after last week's loss was the O-line struggles. They gave up 4 sacks. He got hit here and taken down again, so that's something to monitor.
It is something to monitor, but they've got to help their offensive line out. Maybe a little bit different play calling, right? Draws, screens, get the ball out of the quarterback's hands quicker, maybe some quick game passes. All of that to try and help slow down the pass rush.
And the pressure gets to him again. So a first quarter sack, and remember, keep in mind he had 2 sacks in last week's game.
And it's always intriguing to me to watch these great pass rushers because some of them, they need their teammates to scheme for them. Maybe occupy people, make it a one-on-one matchup. Other guys, they just defeat everything in front of them. To get 2 sacks in a game, it's a little bit of both for you.
20. Check. Lucky.
And the wideout in motion. Third and long, it's Newton. Flushed out right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of a first down.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense, and over the post.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complimentary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right.
Come on, let's go.
Throwing on first down. Morse. Throw out right, taken in by Patterson. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
All right, I'm doing my rudimentary math here. That's his 3rd catch here in the first quarter. I don't know if it's just game plan or he's just finding his way open.
And maybe a little of both.
Flex round. Let's go.
Mike 5'9".
Now a play fake here on first down. He'll rifle this one deep right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Cornelder. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field.
Double tight, guys. Double tight. We got three, fellas. We got 3.
Here we go.
On first down, Morse. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10.
Come on, let's go.
Throwing again. Morse. He's going to look deep down the field. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons are able to show off their quick strike ability. And that makes it 14-10. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they load him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily, fell incomplete. 2nd down here after the incomplete pass.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right.
Set.
Tight end's right.
180.
Gun. Four down.
And the back goes into motion.
On the ball.
Back to the air, Newton on 2nd down. And he comes back with one complete. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Call it a pickup of 7, and it's a 2nd down. To the air again, Newton. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And down inside the 15 he goes. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Freeman again, a 1st down carry. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. 10 yards still left on 2nd down.
Let's go.
A handoff, Devontae Freeman. And he will force his way forward for a yard or two, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back. So their move is to decline that so they don't get another 2nd down. It'll be 3rd.
So that has to tell us that they're pretty confident in their 3rd down defense, right?
Absolutely.
Whether it's their sub package or nickel package, whatever they want to run out there, they feel like they can defend here on 3rd down.
So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9.
Flex round. Here we go. What? 9. Ohio.
And he goes in motion here in the backfield.
Bang, bang.
Ohio. 49, check 49, check 49.
On third down, Morse. He goes underneath to Freeman. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. So out now comes the field goal unit for the Falcons. From the right hash, and this one just a chipper. And this one is right through. And that moves them up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So give them 3 there. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they couldn't punch it in.
And credit this defense, too. That was the old bend but don't break approach. But it kept the offense out of the end zone.
And whistle blown. A timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Now it's Duke Johnson here on the return. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Carolina getting set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll get this up to about the 40. He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper.
That run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2. They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready. Strong right. Strong right.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Newton on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Six yards here to go for the offense on 2nd down.
Wake up. Wake up. 36.
Draw play as Newton gives to McCaffrey. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. A shotgun snap for Newton. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Newton to Olsen there for a Carolina first down.
Like 80. Hey. 4 down. On the ball, come on now.
Check. Crunch.
Come on now.
Crunch.
Check 180. 180.
Wide.
20.
Wide. Get wide.
They go play action here on first down. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. Well, in tapping those toes, he tried to get both in bounds. He could not do it, though.
In tap dance parlance, could not complete the shuffle. All right, needed to get that shuffle down with both feet, not just one.
Is that what they say?
There it is. You know, put a little sand down on the stage.
On the ball.
I'll take your word for it, my man.
Hey, we got 4 down.
Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Woo! You got him. You got him. You got him. Set. Check 57. Mike 57. You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today.
Throwing on third down, Newton. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's going to go out of bounds, taking it down inside the 25. 17 yards on the pickup there and also a first down.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
Come on, Greg.
4 down. Check.
Gun.
He's
Gun. 180.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun, and they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Come on. 8. Wake up. Set.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up first and goal.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Come on now. Wake up.
Shit.
20. Set. 180. Greg. Wake up.
Shit. Under 10.
This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Greg Olsen, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. And he gets it to go, and we're all even, 17 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Only a couple there. It's going to be brought down about the 28.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it. Because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Baby. Get him, boy.
Come on, let's go. What?
To throw on second down. Morse going right side here, and that's complete. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Let's round. Come on, let's go. Ohio.
1st and 10. Morse. And he finds a man on the crossing route. Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Falcons have taken the lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts. All right, because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match at a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
So 2nd and 10 here.
Watch tight, watch tight. Tight end right, tight end right. That's it. Hey.
Here comes the D swarming to the line.
Jim. Green.
2nd and 10, Newton again. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate.
Wake up. Check three. Come on now.
On 1st down, it's Newton. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Second down now after the incompletion.
Watch left. Tight end to the left, tight end left. Check, 180. 4 down. Check, 4 down. Watch the safety creep.
To throw again, Newton. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Dalvin Tomlinson able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of a yard. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long.
4 down. Sit, 8. Kill. On the ball. He's coming. Come on now. Double up. Check 3. 8.
Out of the gun, Newton. Being chased out left. And he's going to go down again. Takk McKinley in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. That's number 4, sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. So he splits the uprights there, and I would imagine it's nice as a kicker. Right when it leaves your foot, you know it's good.
Yeah, it's kind of like a golfer that picks up his tee after a nice drive without even watching it land.
Solid analogy. I like it. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways, but right now, you got to like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in the second quarter. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll make it a second down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Here we go.
Looking to throw on second down. Morse swings it out to the flat for Freeman. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. Throwing on first down. Morse. This one left side caught by Patterson. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Trying to improvise. And he's got room. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Obviously, a big play was needed, and you can see his eyes light up as he realized there's absolutely no one in front of him. And he takes off and goes a long way. Not only does he pick up a first down, but a big gain to boot.
On first down, Morse. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Harvey. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. 23 yards on the play.
Tight end Ringo. Tight end's on Ringo. Tight end's on the Ringo.
Let's go. What?
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Double tight. Double tight.
Let's go. What? 90. What? Let's
They'll run here with Freeman. No gain on the play, and it's going to be second and goal. The Panthers are going to take another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Again, it'll be Freeman. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman with his 19th touchdown, his second of the game. And the Falcons will extend their lead. Extra point attempt to follow here. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Falcons grab it. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with it?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Double tight, double tight. Alert, alert.
Here we go.
Three down, three down.
To throw on second down, Morse. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They give him 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
Here we go. Flex round. Flex round.
Off the play fake, Morse. And this is going to be intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he's going to be unable to get upfield as they take him down at the 21-yard line. Now, my apologies, Larry. I wanted to hear the report. Somebody's in a hurry, so we're going to get him right to quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is
I'm
doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
Come on now. Tight ends on the loose. Tight ends on the loose.
Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Let's get it. Set. 180. Kill. Hey, turn it up. Gun. Shoot. Wake up. Let's go.
To throw on 3rd down, Newton. Flush to his right. Room here to run. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there.
Let's go.
Here's the Panthers punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. This is taken at the 15. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away.
Yeah,
Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
Come on.
Flex round. Flex round.
again. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs.
Here we go.
Come on, let's go. Ohio.
And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
We got 4.
Let's go.
We got 4.
What?
Off play action. Morse. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well, and that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
What's the run? They're running it.
Here we go.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Third down now following the run.
Let's
Ohio.
go, defense. Let's go, defense. Who we go?
Let's go. Ohio.
Back to throw. Morse. He completes it to Julio Jones. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So put another 3 on the board, and all things considered, a good opening drive here to begin the 3rd quarter.
It sure was. I think as a head coach, you're happy to come out and put a little drive together, take the 3 points, and build on your lead.
Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field in this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. Hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Double tight, guys. Double tight.
Hurry up. Here we go.
Hey.
All right, now look at me. Over. Watch it now, Barney.
This is McCaffrey on the give. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Well, you know that old expression, it's not my night?
Watch out.
It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. The Panthers on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Blue 90. Detroit.
They'll try and pick it up in McCaffrey. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Here's the Panthers punter now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And it's taken in at the 9. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory.
Here we go.
They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
That's it, baby.
Let's go.
47's the mic. 47's the mic.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Yeah, let me puff out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
Hey, 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 hey.
Let's go. White, 90.
On 3rd and 2, Morse finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
Lay down.
Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one, maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
Come on.
The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on 1st down quickly negated. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 4th down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Fielded at the 20. And he's going to be out of bounds right at the 40. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together.
Watch it now, Barney.
A play action fake. They'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection.
3-19. Detroit.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. And some room to maneuver. There he goes left side. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the fourth. The offense operating inside the 10 at the 8 here. It's first and goal.
Here we go. Grand 38.
It's a give to Freeman running right. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Watch left. Tight. Watch left.
Let's go.
The wide receiver moving to a new spot.
Flex round.
And they still need 10 yards here to find pay dirt. It's second and goal from the 10. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Ohio.
48.
From the gun on 3rd down, Morse. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Vernon Butler coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. And his kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17. And you figure with that, this game's pretty well out of reach.
It would take a heck of a comeback at this point. Being 3 scores down, I think that's too much to ask with time winding down here in the fourth.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Carolina getting set to take the field. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one goes for 24 yards.
Let's go. Over.
Bang.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit.
Back to throw now on 1st down. He's going to wind up and air it out. And he fires one that's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. Taking it right down Broadway. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. A big play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead. Gano for the extra point. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out and says, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And they finally bring him down, but he reaches the 16. A big run there by Freeman. 66 yards on the ground.
Here we go.
47.
Another carry for the workhorse tonight, Freeman. He stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding, keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line.
Okay, Brady, I see.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation.
Ohio, come on, let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. So they settle for just the 3 there, but clearly anything helps when you're trying to salt one away here in the 4th.
Without a doubt, I think a touchdown would have been the final nail. But 3 does give them some breathing room and lets them build up a little cushion.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And, oh, a good hit there and knocked down hard. Carolina getting set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
This is McCaffrey. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. And a long way to go for the offense here on 2nd down.
Here we go now. Gun!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Single.
Watch it now, Barney. Back there, Philly. Here we go.
36.
Gun!
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Hurry up, here we go.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Tech McKinley in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year.
Back there.
Check. Crunch.
No. Check. Set.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. So the D-line's going to spread out.
Over! Watch it now, Barney. All right, now, look at 56. No. Leopard!
Check.
They'll look to throw here. He's going to let it fly. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Hurry up, here we go. Watch it now, Barney.
Four down.
Detroit! No. Check. Patriot! Over! All right, now, look at...
He's checking Craig. Yeah, pick the edge. Go.
Leopard!
Check 99.
All right, now, look at 56. Leopard!
Yes.
Gotta try it here. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position.
Let's go!
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes.
Two times. Hey. We got three.
Let's go!
Three down.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. The Falcons on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is third down and 12.
We got three, fellas.
Let's go!
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Atlanta, they continue to keep pace for that first-round bye as they move to 11-1. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, it's a loss that could wind up costing them a first-round bye as they dip to 9-3. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Dallas Cowboys. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Falcons here as we say so long from Atlanta.